Yo, what's up, Warriors? It's me, your boy Trader Max from Shogun Crypto. And today, being April 28th, 2025, in this State of Shogun today, we're going to talk about three major topics really close to my heart here. Rather than newsworthy things today, we're going to pick topics all about Shogun today. The first one being the art of the MVP and its reasonings and why in my little crazy head of what we have built out for the system. We're also going to be talking about the Shogun Fusion, the NFT marketplace, which is a huge network and a solution for everybody on board. It is so crazy, and we got demo rights today, so we're showing you what it looks like a little bit today. And finally, the Anvil 2.5 and all of its admin control and its affiliate program. We're so excited, all happening on one day, which is amazing, right? And as a little bonus extra feature, we'll have something good, so stay to the end and find out what's going on. But let's get slicing. All right, let's get started. Now, the first topic that we're going to be talking about in the State of Shogun today is all about the art of the MVP. Yeah, if you don't know what MVP stands for, you've been living under a rock, that's okay. The minimal viable product. And why this is so powerful is because it takes a core concept of any conceptual idea or program that you want to build, and it creates little small chunks or categories or versions of it, if you will, to create a state of movement. Now, because most people get analysis paralysis while building, they get stuck in this whole mentality like, oh, I got to build the entire thing out for everything to work. But we don't need to do that. So we have some key steps that we do with Shogun, and I'm going to lay them out for you because this is about information today, okay? The first and foremost thing that we have to do is we identify the core concept, right? And what this is that's usually finding a problem with something, or like in our case with the Anvil bot, it's finding a solution for people to use volume with low barrier of entry and the ability to control the concepts of their wallets and their profiles. That's a mouthful for a problem that's out there, right? Fatality bot, Orbit bot, they all allow you to buy in with lots and lots of soul, but don't give you a lot of control over the process of time, of your wallets, of the energy of that process, because it's easier for them just to vomit all the volume out there in fake volume and not really give you much resource. Whereas we wanted to identify that problem and sort of contribute to that. So that's a huge resource for us to be able to build upon because we already knew that that problem existed. So when we built the Anvil bot, one, we had to really find, build the smart contracts, do all that stuff, and really figure out how to create volume in the network fairly and safely. We then have to identify and define the essential features as well, because why this is so important is because you want to compartmentalize each feature set into what we refer to as modules. Now, we knew that when making volume, even learning how to make a trade in it, that's its own module. So the trading or the swapping system, if you will, is the main module. And then the availability to apply certain rules, what we refer to as ratio trading, that's another module. Being able to engage with the slicing of the slippage and MEV botting and protection, so control over the protection of the wallet as well as the swap is another module which is controlled by AI. So these things all had to be developed. Now, it's taken us 5 months to really get everything down, but back in January and even in December, we launched the first MVPs of the Anvil bot. If you remember, it was the Temper bot, and then we switched to Anvil to kind of sort of direct that process, and we sort of grew. Now, finally, you build a prototype, you launch that prototype to show an audience, you collect the data, you reiterate, you then scale, you pivot, you do all these things. Now, we went to the Anvil 2.0 just recently, which was a huge success because we got a lot of stuff in there to be able to control your wallet and got microservices. It was all still on a single services, but the 2.5 is the microservices turning into, or single service turning into microservices and an affiliate program. And why this is so powerful is because advertising for it is a little tougher because we got a lot of stuff going on. So now we give you the opportunity as the general public to advertise for it. But this thing is no longer just for traders or for devs. It is for traders as well. And we have our own segment today for that, and we'll go into more on that detail. But as far as MVP, we're still in, I'd say, out of 10 classifications of release, we're still at only level 5. That's right. We still got 5 more levels to go. One being the 3.0, which is going to bring in the Meteora and its own DApp system for user control. But that's for another segment. All right? So MVP has worked very well for us. Let's jump into the next segment. Yo, Warriors. Okay, look, in this segment of the State of Shogun today, we are going to be talking about Shogun Fusion and the concept of Shogun Fusion. But I also, real quickly, just got to tell you about the state of building, right? So in most cases, most people like to conceive an idea and build it to the fruition of what it's supposed to be when it's 100% complete. Like if you want to build a skyscraper, they want to make sure that it's all done before they say they built a skyscraper, right? I want to make sure I got my office downstairs in a trailer and build the trailer to make sure I have a place to build. And that's what we've sort of done here. It's called MVP release. And what this means is that our first goal is an MVP, minimal viable product. That means that it's a usable product that all of you can use, right? And what is that? Well, in the State of Shogun with the Shogun Fusion, the overall concept of the program is an NFT marketplace that can mint, that can market, and that can fuse separate NFTs and NFTs that the artist makes together to make one or different variants of it by applying other attributes that the user can develop. But those are 3 separate things. The minting is a different module, the marketplace is a different module, and the fusion is a different module. What we're releasing here very shortly after we do this demo alpha test today is the minting and marketing. Because the fusion side takes a little bit and we need to make sure that everybody can get in and do all that stuff, and then these things will become real. But we don't just make systems like everybody else makes systems. We make sure that we make them with low barrier of entry and a lot of presence of other tools and services that we provide. So when you're an NFT marketplace user, you'll get tools like our Anvil bot, you'll get tools like our web design system from Shogun Web Forge, you'll get other things from us in the Shogun gun show. You'll be able to show your stuff to thousands of people that are in our shows. There is so much for you to have and why you would use a Shogun Fusion, okay? But let me jump over and I'm going to go to, let's see, this one right here. Yep, there it is. So I'm showing you this. It doesn't have the addresses. This is in a web format right now. And what that means is that it is connected to the internet. But we're just using show a function right now, and I'm doing the demo test with my crew. We've already done some testing, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. Even on these very minimal servers that we're using it on right now. Okay, I'm going to confirm. There we go. So logged in right away, got into the process, super simple. It's going to have a profile system in that you'll be able to, sorry if it's going to be a little slow, I'm recording and doing a lot of things at once. It gives you a made up name as we go in. We're going to be working on that process. You want to make the profile, here it is right here. Super simple, come in and edit. I'm going to make this, let's see, Trader Max, yay for me. Okay, let's just do max at shoguncrypto.com. There we go. It's me, Trader. Okay, social media, I'm not so much worried about and all that stuff, but you can put that on your Facebook profile, Instagram, website. We'll get more that'll be in here, and hit there. If you want to be updated on new things, you can put like a little newsletter thing down there. It's pretty wild. Super easy. We're going to go back and click here. We're going to go to profile, and then here my profile would be. Okay. If I want to add a picture in there, we're still working on that process. You could follow, you could copy the link, you could share on X, update profile photo. Let me see if I can find something that's relevant to me. So many things. There we go. I like that one. Let's do that one. Uploading profile. Schmackarono. Look at that. Beautiful. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Smooth as ice. We're going to update the profile now. Okay. There we go. We're going to come back in, hit profile. Super simple, right? It'll have your collections. It'll have the offers you receive, the offers you've made. This is a artist profile as well as a user profile, so you'll have a little bit of everything. Completely awesome. We're going to share right on X. Let's see if that happens, and it does right there. Look at that, super simple. You can share that profile right over on X. Now, we'll have a preloaded system in there when the time comes. You can copy the link. This is, again, the link. I don't want to show you where that link is coming from, but you can hit follow and unfollow at that point. You know, I'm going to follow myself, of course, now. But you would, if you were on the outside of a profile, you would see that. Making a NFT is, of course, right? We want to come in. We want to make a collection. You want to create a collection. Then you want to, first you want to create the collection. You're going to upload your imagery of what it will be. You'll have all the detail sizes, all that kind of good stuff. What chain it is right now, we're primarily and only on Solana for right now. But why we have this selectability here, guess what, folks? Conceptual design tells us that the MVP, after we release this with the Fusion side and the different palettes, we're going to release it over to other chains, of course. Now, you can set the royalty charge here, percentage, at this level. This is a simple minting marketing process. Then you would create the collection and go from there. You'll then come in and hit the create NFT, and of course you'll place it under what collection you would have created. At that point, it'll give you all the recommended sizes. It'll tell you the titles. You can add attributes and the different attributes and what you call them and the value that they have. You can charge the percentage, and you can create the NFT, and boom, it is there. Now, again, this is all relative to getting a lot of stuff out. I'll do more demonstration videos once I go through the process and we have NFTs up that we'll be testing, but this is just a demo system in here right now. So simply enough that this network, there will be a time where you'll be able to get into the selling of them. The marketplace offers will be made. There'll be times that you'll be able to bid on them. You'll have auctions, all kinds of things that are really, really strong for the NFT world. And we're going to have live auctions as well on the network. We're going to have a lot of great stuff in there when we do Shogun Gun Show. We're going to be promoting any new trending NFTs that come up. We're going to be showboating right on Shogun's Gun Show. So we're very excited. Still lots to come, but I wanted to give you guys just a quick process of who we are and what we were building out here to show you in this state of Shogun today that the Shogun Fusion Systems is moments away. We're very excited from this process. Being the 28th of April, we're excited. We're a little bit ahead of the game. We're looking at a May 5th full launch party at that point, hopefully at that point, but very, very exciting. Lots of good things still to come. We'll see you in the next segment. All right, so in this segment for the State of Shogun, we're going to be talking about the AnvilBot MVM 2.5. Wait a minute, what's the NVM stand for? Well, the MVN stands for Market Volume Maker. That's right, this is not just a market maker, it's not just a volume bot. Smush them together becomes the Market Volume Maker bot, right? But listen, this is what it's all really about. The concept of market making in a volume system is very powerful because it does work. Now, just so you all know, the difference between this and anyone like Fatality or Orbit and all that kind of nonsense is that we do no direct bundling to conceal profit margin or profit in the process, right? We want this coin to go up and down with the volume system or the ratio trading that it is. If you're unsure what it is, don't worry. There's videos and everything else to explain it. But the 2.5 has been being developed out over the last month, which has been awesome. We've gotten a lot of great features in it. Remember, in the MVP section, we say identify, pivot, do all that stuff. Well, this is what we have done. The original AnvilBot, even from back in December, was all about making those ratio trades, a concept that I developed in trading to keep a design of trend up and trend down and market movement, right? But it actually had to physically make trades. It couldn't just bundle it. You cannot move your market cap with a bundled bot like Fatality and Orbit and all those guys. They cannot move the market value. They're just tricking people to come to say there's volume when there's really not volume. With this, even though that is a bot doing it, it is still real volume to the market cap. keep that in your brain pans, because that's what's going to keep you from wasting money on just less. You can fake it, make it look, oh, look, it has $1 million of the volume, but the market cap doesn't move. It doesn't make any sense to me. The only way the market cap can move is that if there's direct volume in and holders come. If you just have holders come and the market moves and it looks like it's all those people are putting that volume in, it's still all BS, right? So if you're going to live on BS, you're going to come out smelling like shit, right? Let's be real. So what our system does is that it makes trades to the system for you in a ratio trade platform, which means that you can set that ratio by however many buys to sells you want. You want 3 buys and 2 sells. That means that your product's going to be going up to 1/3 every single time that it revolves, right? And we'll talk about that more inside. But the other thing that this thing had was that the availability to use pump swap. Our 2.0, I didn't make it work with pump swap because there were too many nuances in there. I didn't have enough API control to make sure that PumpSwap doesn't trade to change the code, doesn't do other things, because I need to keep one eye to the grindstone with those guys over there, Pump Fund. So we made the system that navigates to make sure that there is no indifference in the swap system over there, and that microsecond it happens. Secondly, we designed that it could have multiple up to 5 wallets running and trading these are called memory wallets, so they're not wallets that hold. You can have a funding wallet and the memory wallets in there, and you'll have up to 5 for now. Now, premium account holders are going to have as many as they want once that happens, but we'll talk about all of that later in videos. But in this system. And then finally, this program has an affiliate program. And why is that so powerful? Well, most affiliate networks pay between 15 and 20%. Ours pays 20% at the lowest tier, okay? And this has the availability to create a solution for coins, devs. Our system is no longer just for devs. It is for traders. It is for a whole bunch of networkers that'll be in this network as well. And also for all you people out there that want to make a couple extra bucks by providing people to a service that is honorable, that has reputation of being builders and trying to help communities. Anybody who's using our systems gets access to all of our other services, such as there'll be, if there's a dev or somebody who wants to promote a coin, you can come to the Shogun Gun Show. You can be put onto it, show your product, show the service, do all kinds of things. Very, very powerful indeed that you have this opportunity. Now, let's go over and have just a quick look at the system. Remember, it is still in internal testing. As we get out, and then this is in our MVP section, this means that this internal testing in a day or so is going to go to external testing, which I have a group of people that are going to come in and test. But here we are. Simply enough, you click open wallet, pops in the wallet, got the wallet, yay for us. You can get your own private key for that wallet, which is super huge, okay? The token setting systems, we've already put a friends over there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Vodkoin being launched out from the launch pad yesterday. In there kicking ass and taking names and having fun. We also created the boost for it. Here it is. It's actually operating, and this is a pump swap coin. So let's take a jump over to there. Yep, there it is. Fired off 12 minutes ago with 2 buys, 1 sell, 2 buys, because it's on a 2-to-1. And it's working beautifully. Now look at this. You know, this is the patch that it started with. Boom, boom, boom. All different wallet addresses. And this makes it look like it's 3 new holders. It was at 125. So there's 4 new wallets in there. So it's going up in there. It shows us different holders in there. Pretty powerful. I love it. I always say pretty powerful. I apologize. It's one of my catchphrases, I guess. But there it is. It's working, guys, over at Vodkoin. I just wanted to give you a heads up in there that the 2.5 is in there kicking ass and having fun. And I decided to do the test all on your coin. Now, as you guys over at Vodkoin, because you guys already know, your affiliate for your main dev for Chow Chow Meow will have a 50% affiliate marker. That's right. She'll get 50% for everything that's coming over that as long as she promises to put it all back in the coin network. We'll keep that at 50% affiliate codes for those people in there. Now, if you're a dev and you're over in the Vodkoin network from another coin, you're going to get between 30 and 40% in your affiliate, and it's unheard of out there. All depends on how you're interacting with us and what you're doing in that process. And we love all of you that have joined the Tipsy token network over there for that coin. All right, well, that's basically all I have for you. There's a Tipsy token website in there as well. As in a final, we'll be doing a a demo release in the next day or so for the Anvil bot because it has some great controls and affiliation systems in there that we're sort of making sure that everything works. We want to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed and get everything moving out there. I'm Trader Max. This has been the State of Shogun. I look forward to seeing you next time. Now get out there and trade well.